Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my hair oiling routine, and I will be answering some of your most frequently asked questions about hair oiling later in this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram. The link is down below. Here I'm just mixing some olive oil with my black seed oil. I have a video all about black seed oil and why I like it so much, so I'll have that video linked up in the cards for you. But the way I like to heat up my oils is I just pour some boiling water into a bowl and place my little bowl of oil in that bowl, and this way it heats up my oils nice and slowly. It doesn't leach out too many of the nutrients. If you stick it in the microwave, it heats it up really quickly, but it also tends to kill a lot of the great things in the oil. When you microwave the oil, you also run the risk of heating it up too much and actually burning yourself later, so nice and slowly is the way I like to go, and I will just let this heat up for a few minutes while I go detangle my hair. So I just like to take a little bit of the oil in my fingertips and rub it between both of my hands and start applying it to my scalp. I don't like to completely saturate my hair in oil because it gets really hard to wash out and it's just unnecessary, especially in the scalp area. So I just like to put a thin, even layer of oil all over my scalp. I also really like to take my time here, giving myself a nice scalp massage. Massaging your scalp is so beneficial for your hair and for your scalp. It stimulates blood flow, promotes growth, and it also just feels really good. So really take your time here and give yourself a good scalp massage. Then I just split my hair in two and I start applying the oil to the end and length of my hair. My ends are typically the most dry part of my hair and they need the most attention, so I focus the oil there the most. I really try to get the very tips of my hair pretty saturated in oil, but again, I don't want it to be dripping because I want to be able to wash this out later. Then I will just take whatever I have left on my hands and run it up through the lengths of my hair. The length and midsection of my hair is like the least dry, and it's usually where I'll miss an oil spot in the shower if I am going to miss anything, so I try to really take it easy up on that area. Then I just like to go in with a wide tooth comb and really gently comb through my hair to make sure that all the oil is distributed and my hair is as evenly coated as possible. Then I just go ahead and repeat the exact same process on the other side of my head. While I'm doing this, I really want to address one of the most frequently asked questions I get about hair oiling, and that is shedding. I wanted to reassure you guys that shedding while oiling is completely 100% normal. I shed a lot when I oil. I don't really show it in the video, but I do shed a lot. I've addressed it in my hair shedding video, I'm pretty sure, which I'll have up in the cards as well. But when you're oiling your hair, you're brushing through it, you're combing through it with your fingers, and you're touching it a lot. So any hairs that were already on their way to fall out, you're kind of just pulling them out anyways. Obviously, being gentle, you're not ripping hair out of your head, but oil itself is also heavy on the strands, so it's going to be weighing those hairs down, especially the ones that are already loose and trying to come out. Also remember that it's normal to shed around 150 to 250 strands a day, obviously more or less depending on the person. So any hairs that had fallen out throughout the day and have gotten trapped in the lengths of your hair are going to be coming out while you're running your fingers through. Of course, if you're noticing any extreme scalp irritation or extreme hair loss and bald spots, definitely stop using whatever oil that you're using and head over to a doctor. But just normal shedding, it's completely normal, don't worry about it. Then that's it. I just like to put my hair up in either a bun or a braid or even two Dutch braids or something if I'm going to be going out. I do wear my hair like this out to school and out to do errands and all that. I really don't care, especially if it's in a braid or in a bun. It doesn't look that bad. Here I was just getting ready to go to my dad's anyway, so I was going to be just chilling out at home, and I'm going to be studying all day, so having it up in a sleek bun like this really doesn't bother me. Just remember that whatever hairstyle you choose, you don't want it to be too tight because you don't want to be damaging your hair or hurting your scalp in the process. Hi guys, so welcome to the FAQ part of this video. So I would have answered all of the main questions in the first part of this video, but I'm going to answer some of the most frequently asked questions that I get on my videos and on my posts here. I do have some of them written down. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me some hair oiling questions. I just took the ones that I get the most often, and the rest of them I'll probably be answering in my Instagram story, and I'll save them to a highlight. So if you're not already following me, follow me on Instagram at OrganicallyAnna. I'll have it linked down below, and I'll have a highlight made so you guys can check that out as well. So the most frequently asked question I get is how to wash the oil out properly, and honestly you guys, I just spend a lot of time washing the oil out. Like I spend way more time shampooing than I would normally. I do use a sulfate-free shampoo and a silicone-free conditioner. A lot of you guys ask me if you need to use a sulfate shampoo to get the oil out, and I don't think so. I have been on sulfate-free shampoo for over a year now, and I've been oiling my hair obviously throughout the entire year, and I don't really have any problems. Of course, there are some times where I'll miss oil in my hair, and it's usually in this section right back here. I'll miss like a huge piece, like this much oil, and it literally drives me crazy, and I always have to rewash that one section. But I was doing that even when I was using sulfate shampoo and conditioner, so I really don't think it's the shampoo. I always shampoo my hair twice. Even if I don't have oil in it, I always shampoo my scalp twice. I just find that it gives me a better clean, and I do get more of the benefits of the shampoos. You don't always have to use a purifying shampoo either. I got that question a lot, if you need to use like a purifying or clarifying shampoo. I just use whatever I have on me. I do really like to use the Carina purifying shampoo and conditioner for dry hair. I do find that it washes it out with no problem, but if you don't have that on you, that's totally fine. I've also had no problems washing it out with my Carina organic shampoo and conditioner or my shampoo and conditioner from the Nightlife. So it just kind of depends. I really think it honestly depends on how much time you spend actually washing your hair. So I make sure that I shampoo the top half of my head first, and I really massage it in. I really make sure I spread the shampoo down here behind my ears and in the front, and then I do the same thing in the back. Another question I got a lot was, do I bring shampoo all the way down to my ends when I have oil in my hair? And I don't shampoo my ends, but I will drag it down a lot more. I do tend to focus the oil more on the ends and lengths of my hair, as you would have seen earlier in the video. So I do need to bring the shampoo down a little bit. I don't recommend shampooing your ends though, especially if you don't have oil in there, because it can be really drying, really damaging to your ends, and they honestly don't need it unless you put a ton of product in them. So when I have oil in my hair, I just make sure I bring the lather down as much as I can, and I just really gently like try to work some of that lather through my ends. And usually the conditioner gets most of it out anyway, which is another tip I have. Make sure that you condition once you've oiled your hair. After you rinse out your shampoo, really make sure you go in there with a good conditioner and let it sit for a minute or two. The conditioner, I find, just really helps to lift extra oil. I don't know if there's any science behind that or if that's just in my head, but I really feel like once I put the conditioner in my hair and let it sit, it kind of just helps to remove everything else. And then of course it locks in all the moisture that you have from the oil and from your conditioner as well. So those are my tips. Also, washing your hair with hot water at this point really helps too, but always giving your hair a final rinse with cold water. I always rinse out my conditioner with cold water, but when washing the oil out, it's much easier to do it with warm or hot water. Another question I get a lot is whether it's better to oil dirty hair or clean hair. I personally always oil my hair when it's already dirty, because I just don't want to wash my hair and then oil it and then wash it again. Like I just feel like that's really counterproductive and annoying, and I don't know, I'm way too lazy for that. So I usually oil my hair when it's already greasy. It just makes it easier. I usually only wash my hair about once or twice a week, so I'll usually oil my hair at least once a week, sometimes twice if I really need it. Or the second time that I wash it, I'll do like a different kind of mask. But I always do it on dirty hair. I don't know if it works better. I haven't really noticed a difference, but as I said, I really don't see the point in washing it, waiting for it to dry, and then applying oil and then having to wash it again. Like that's just like way too much for me. Unless your hair is completely coated in like hairspray or mousse or something, that's the only time I could see it might be better to wash that product out first and then do an oil treatment on wet hair. That's another question I actually got a lot, was whether or not you should be putting oils on wet hair. I personally find it less effective because your hair has already absorbed so much water that it's really not soaking up as much of the benefits of the oil as you'd want. It's kind of the same idea as rinsing your hair with fresh water before you get into a swimming pool or in the ocean. Your hair has already absorbed the fresh water, so it's not going to take in as much salt or chlorine. Same thing with oil. Once your hair has already absorbed that much water, it's really not going to take in as much of the oil. So I just feel like it's, again, counterproductive. If that's the case, I'd rather just use a mask in the shower. If you guys want to know what my favorite in shower masks are, or like ready-made masks, I have a video of that already, so I will have it up in the cards. I always forget which side it's on, but I'll have it up in the cards if you guys want to watch that. A really interesting question I got was if oiling your hair is good for gray hair. And I don't mean like chemically dyed gray hair, I mean like naturally gray hair. I feel like that's a really good question. I'm sure a lot of you that watch me have naturally gray hair, either premature gray or you're older and you have gray hair. And I honestly think gray hair is so pretty. I can't wait to like go gray, and I know when I'm older I'm probably gonna be like, why would you say that? But I can't wait to have like really long like gray hair when I'm older. I'm just gonna like totally rock it. I can't wait. It's gonna look so cool. But if you already have naturally gray hair, enjoy it. It's gorgeous. Don't dye it. I wouldn't anyways. But oiling your hair when it's gray is really beneficial. I actually talked to my boyfriend's mom about this, and she was telling me that she felt like her gray hairs that have been coming in are a different texture than her normal hair. Like they're almost more coarse. And I was wondering if that's because of the type of hair that's growing out, if it's just different because there's no pigmentation, or what it is. And I don't really know if that makes sense, but I kind of looked into it a little bit before filming this video. What I found is that it's not the hair growing out of your head that's more coarse, it's that your scalp isn't producing as much oil when you get older, so in return your hair is feeling more dry and feeling more coarse. So that means that yes, oiling your hair is very beneficial when it's gray, just to add that extra boost of hydration and shininess. One of the articles I read actually said that vitamin E oil is really good for gray hair, so if you want to do an oil treatment with an oil like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, whatever you want, and add a little bit of vitamin E oil in there, it's really going to help to hydrate and protect that gray hair and keep it from breaking, because as you get older I find that it's harder to grow your hair longer. But that could just be genetic as well and things that are going on internally, so it really depends on you and your hair type. One thing I would like to mention though is if you are finding that your gray hair is feeling coarser or drier than your regular colored hair, maybe take it easy with coconut oil, because coconut oil really, as much as it is hydrating and amazing for your hair, it does really help your hair to retain protein. And if your hair is already feeling coarser, it could actually just make it feel more dry and brittle, especially if your colored hair is already protein sensitive, or if your hair in general is protein sensitive, it will make your hair feel dry. So that's another question I get a lot actually, is why doesn't coconut oil work for me? And it's most likely because your hair is a little bit more sensitive to protein, which is totally fine. It just means that you don't need as much protein in your hair as other people who don't have protein sensitive hair do. So sticking to more hydrating oils like olive oil. Olive oil is probably my second favorite oil ever. My first one's coconut oil because my hair is pretty weak. It actually breaks very easily, so I do need that extra help with protein retention. But olive oil is my second favorite. It just leaves a gloss and a shine on the hair like no other. It's actually a very good natural conditioner as well. So if you're looking for a good hydrating oil that's affordable and easy to get, olive oil is A1. Like I would really recommend that one. So yes, gray hair, definitely oil it, but maybe use more hydrating oils instead of things like coconut oil. You can play around with it though, see what your hair likes. That's kind of the beauty of oils. You can kind of find what works best for you. So give it a try and see. You could even mix a little bit of coconut oil in with other oils like olive oil or avocado oil or whatever else you'd want. And kind of make your own oil treatment and see how you like it. Another question I get a lot is whether I use the same oil all the time or if it's better to switch it up. And this really depends on you and your hair and your preferences. Some people I know really only use coconut oil because the hydration and the protein retention is everything that they need for their hair, and it's the best thing ever. Hi Mona! I love you! Others, like me, I usually have different needs for my hair. Sometimes I need something a little more strengthening, so I'll go in with coconut oil, or I need something a little bit more hydrating, so I'll use olive oil or something else. And I really just like to switch it up. I also get bored really easily, and I don't know, I just like to see how different oils make my hair feel and make my hair look. So it's really up to you. If you only have one oil that you really like or that you're able to purchase, then that's totally fine. Another question I get a lot is which oil is the best for hair growth, and I really can't give you guys like a solid answer. Like there's not like a little magic elixir that's gonna make your hair grow to your knees. I wish there was, because I would be on it so quickly. But it's really not the oil itself, it's the consistency with keeping up with your oils. Every oil has its own benefits. It treats the hair in a different way. A lot of them have the same benefits in a lot of ways, so you can kind of use one and it'll replace the other. I really saw a huge difference when I was using coconut oil consistently. But again, coconut oil doesn't work for everyone, so that's what I'm saying. Like there's not one oil that's going to make your hair grow really long. It's really just being consistent with treatments. So I almost forgot to mention, when washing out your oil from your hair, if you're really having a hard time and really struggling with it, one thing that always helps me out no matter what's in my hair is the apple cider vinegar rinse. All I do is I take a big jar or a glass and I mix 1 part apple cider vinegar with 2 parts water, and I pour it over my hair to help get the oil out. I personally like to rinse my hair with it between the shampoo and conditioner. So I'll shampoo, rinse it out, pour the apple cider vinegar all over my hair, really massage it in and soak my ends in it as well. Leave it for a couple of minutes, rinse, then condition. Apple cider vinegar is super clarifying, but it's also great for sealing the ends. So it's going to get rid of the oil for you, but it's also going to leave your hair looking really smooth and shiny. The smell is kind of gross, so that's why I like to use it before conditioner, because the smell of the conditioner will usually kind of like get rid of it for me. And once my hair is dry, I don't smell it anymore, so I don't have a problem with that. But that's one thing that really helps me. If you guys want to see a video on how I make it and how I use it, give this video a thumbs up. It's really, really easy. I'm sure you can find tons of ways to do it online. But if you want to see how I do it, then like I said, give this video a thumbs up and I will definitely film that for you. Anyways, you guys, that's it for this video. I really hope it helped you out. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some tips or answered some of your questions. If there's anything I didn't get to, feel free to leave it down below. I'll try to get to all of the comments as well. Also leave a comment down below what you would like to see next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!